up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Double M Motorsports. Today we are going to start assembling the rear deck, so stick around and enjoy the episode. All right, so we have got, I did not film me bending up of all the metal, but all the metal is here. It is bent up. I was kind of rushing Ferreira. He squeezed me in one night to get that stuff bent up. I got the door open here because this shop holds in the coolness quite a bit, and we've actually got some nice 60-degree weather today. So I got the shop door open up there to get some heat inside the building here. But anyways, got the doors. If you'll remember last time, we got the charging ports hooked up. Fuel cell is in and hooked up. All I've got left to do today, I bought the bolts to get this bolted into the chassis and to get the straps bolted down to the frame there. So we'll get that started first, and then get on installing the rear deck. Start making this thing look like a race car again. Also, I got the new J-bar mount for the pinion. I got it in. As you remember on the last one, it was bent. I went ahead and went with the Weirs, WM407, Weirs, however you say it, Weirs machine. This is a lot beefier than the old one was, so I'm going to get that put on too and get the drive shaft put in real quick. Get it put back in before I put the sides and the deck on tonight. That way I've got better access back in there. So this kit comes with everything you need to get this installed, besides the bolts that go into your pinion. So make sure that you save those. I've got mine bolted back into the pinion there. But it's got the long nut that goes through there on your J-bar with the nuts and bolts and the little ladder. They call this, I think, a ladder adjuster, because all you got to do is loosen it and turn on one of these, and it moves the angle of your J-bar up and down on your pinion. So that's what we got there. All right, the first side I'm going to start on, I'm going to replace this piece here. I made a new piece for that because we are completely cracked in half there. You can see how many holes are through this thing. She's pretty tore up, and then we're ripped up here. So I cut a new piece for this, so we'll get this replaced. I don't have a good place to set you over here because I'm on the tight side. So I'll show you what she looks like when we're done. All right, I don't know how well you can see in here or not, but got that piece replaced. So now I can rehang the door, get the holes drilled. I'll set it up there and drill the holes in, put my clips in, and then that way we can get the bolts back in whenever I do that. But I don't have to do that just yet. That allows me to now move on to start working on this back. So here's our panels for the back. I'm going to have to, I didn't cut any of my notches or anything yet, so I'm going to have to get this all lined up, make sure we're even across the back, get it flush like that, and then we'll scoot it over and kind of mark where our cutouts need to be, and then start getting this stuff mounted up. Okay, here is kind of my idea coming to life here. We're lining up good there, and I'm a little wide over here. You can see how it goes out and then the car jets back in right up here. I've got that bent up just so I can get this slid in there and get a good mark of where I need to change this bend at. This is the only thing that kind of sucks about you're not having your own brake and not having your car where you're making your metal at. I'm just that much off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start securing from the left. Start securing my panels in from the left. Get these all tight and where they're gonna be. And then that way I can make sure, because what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to take my hammer and flatten this out and then try to get the metal clamped onto the workbench over there and get my new angle in there. So that's what I'm gonna try to do to get this resolved and just get it over, I mean, literally that much. I gotta move my bender right there because I don't want my panels getting janky going down through there, my side panels. So, but I want to make sure that I've marked it in the right spot. So what I'm going to do is start on that side and start securing all the way across till I get over here, and then I'll be able to figure out where to make that break and see if I can make this work. All right, there it is, boys and girls. My first ever deck. I don't think she turned out too bad. I did change my plan up a little bit. Remember, I was going to do this as a drop panel, and I abandoned that idea. Getting it up top, I didn't plan out accordingly. I should have built like a tray that goes up front there, and then this panel sits inside that tray. So maybe sometime later on in the season I can build that. I've got the metal to do it. But I also, when I was cutting my metal out, I just kind of cut it out the same as the old deck was. And the old deck just had, you know, one bend right there. That's how everything was on the old deck. I didn't know any better. I'd never done one before. And if you put in a double fold where you fold it over and then fold it back under itself, get double the thickness on every one of your seams, your deck becomes a lot more solid. This one's still pretty solid with these 4-inch runners that I put in the middle compared to what it was. So I'm pretty happy with it. I've still got to cut out the fuel door, and I've got to cut out the hole for the remote oil filler for the rear end there. But I wound up taking this piece over to the workbench over there and clamped it down and flattened it out and bent it over to where I needed. So I'm happy with that, how that turned out. I will probably score the 1-inch line and cut that excess off there so I can have my body clips go up on there. If I put them on that, they won't slide up. They won't slide up high enough to catch where I need it. Let me see if I can find you one here. Yeah, see, they're grooved like that. Yep. Well, I don't know. That may work out pretty good. It's kind of landing right in the middle. So I won't do that until after I verify that I need to do that. So what's coming up next is the spoiler. Okay, I have never installed a spoiler before, and this did not come with any directions. But what I think I'm going to do is, this is the piano hinge. I've got it under the sheet metal going across the top of my H-bar. And so I'm going to put that there. And then the spoiler would go this way. Nope, go this way. Once I get that mounted, the spoiler will rivet to, sorry if I got you off there. Spoiler will go to that, like so. And then my end pieces will go on. Those will rivet like that. And then the spoiler will connect into the side of those with a small bolt. That way I can adjust the angle of it. And then it came with another bracket here, and I'm going to put it somewhere in here like so and attach that to the spoiler, and then that'll hold the angle that way. I'll have to drill a hole through that. I imagine I'm probably doing it wrong, but since it didn't come with instructions, I have got to make do. So I'm going to drill holes in the top here in these panels and get this piano hinge mounted to the mounted underneath this decking and get this spoiler mounted. I know there's not a lot of you guys watching these build videos, but if any of you have ever installed one of these AT21s and know how to do it, if I'm doing it crazy wrong, let me know down in the comments, and that way I can get it corrected next time. All right, that's how she's gonna look right there. Got the spoiler mounted, I just riveted it on. I'm not crazy about that because then you can see the other side of the rivets all on the inside, but I will, I'll put a bolt through there, drill through that, and that way I can adjust the angle of the spoiler there by loosening that bolt and tightening it back up. But it's going to be rinse and repeat on the other side, and I'll bring you guys back and show you the finished product. I'm about out of battery here, so I'll get done when I can and show you guys the finished stuff. All right, this is another day. I can't remember where my camera died when we were filming the other night, but wanted to show you guys the finished product here of the rear decking. I think everything turned out amazing for my very first deck. She's pretty solid. a lot more solid than the old one was. So I got that on. Got the spoiler mounted with the sides on there. Still got to mount the center brace. I haven't decided where exactly I want that at yet. So got that done. Got the side panels bolted on here, the new MB3 plastic ones. So those are bolted on there. Got to put the bracing on the back of them, and ordered some new valances. These are a little bigger than the old ones, so that does not fit on there. So I've got some new valances on the way, so I can get those put on there. But yeah, that is it on the body work. Had to come out today and redo my sail panels. That one was a little bit too long back that way, because I have to have a 3-inch gap between the end of that and the end of the sail panel. So we were a little long there, and my dumb ass used the left sail panel to make my template for both of them. Well, your right side, since your cockpit is offset, your right sail panel is obviously a lot bigger than your left sail panel. So, anywho, that had to get remade, and we'll take them back over and get them bent up at Ferrera's. But that's where we wound up on the body. I am extremely pleased with it. I did my fuel door. I went ahead and put that in sideways. It used to go this direction. Put that in sideways. And then got the filler cap for the rear end back up in there. So she's almost there. She is almost there. That is where we're going to end this episode. I sure appreciate you guys watching, those that have watched this build series. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to please leave me a comment. I love comments and interacting with you guys. So there's a lot of things on these that I do not know. So if I'm doing something wrong that you see, give me a shout, send me a message, and help me get her corrected the right way. But make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.
Now turn up.